What is up, everybody? So today we have a little bit of a short one. Big thing that really want to just to kind of kick things off with today's stream. The announcement or the news that late breaking news, critical news, is that the um, president of Piranha Games has released in a podcast information on the future of MechWarrior. That is that there is a successor game. MechWarrior 6 is in development, and they will be making an announcement later this year. So, while we've been having a blast with MechWarrior 5, once MechWarrior 6 comes out, we probably going to jump on that bandwagon and switch over and start playing some MechWarrior 6. Now, no real information is available. We don't know how far along it is. We don't know if it's going to be releasing soon, but that is some really big news. One of the things that's really important to kind of understand about MechWarrior, and this is all over, all the articles about this kind of late breaking news that popped up, and it was revealed in a podcast, so it wasn't like an official news announcement. The announcement of the announcement is that there was a 16, 17-year hiatus, a gap in between when MechWarrior 4 was released and then all the way until MechWarrior 5. And since MechWarrior 5 is released, there's been, I think, like 5 or 6 DLC content drops, added some additional storyline. They've made, of course, quality of life and bug fixes over the course of time. So this has been a really, really awesome franchise, and it's great to see revitalization of that franchise to essentially kind of pick up where they left off and you know, bridge the gap over time. And what's really great is that this is not a franchise that started recently. This is not like a Fortnite that is a huge success more recently than say something like an older franchise. I remember playing MechWarrior 2 way back in the day. It was the first CD installed game that I remember buying. Like I don't even know, like '02 or whatever it was, '02, '04, somewhere around there. And I remember just playing the hell out of that game, just having a blast. You didn't know anything about the mechs, you didn't know anything about the mechanics and the kind of the math behind the mechs, which ones were worth it, which ones were not. So this is a big achievement that there's going to be another game after MechWarrior 5 and the success it's seen. The one thing they did note is that so there's also the kind of the active online game MechWarrior Online, which the MechWarrior 6 is not going to be a successor to that. So that's going to keep its own independent track of things. And I did play a lot of that when it first came out, and I'm sure the game has improved and it's great, but it just wasn't my bag to continue playing over time. It was a little bit more of a challenge because there's a it's essentially a PvP game, so there wasn't any of that PvE aspect that I like. Getting going for the mission objectives and kind of fighting tanks and the hovercrafts and the helicopters and whatnot. It was literally just most of the PvP. So who knows? The game may have developed since then, since I started playing at the initial launch year. And maybe what we'll do is, at some point in time, maybe we'll get kind of revisit and see what's going on with the game. See if I can even still get access to my old account and give that a run. But I'm really enjoying MechWarrior 5, and that's going to be kind of the focus for right now. Um, Other news, with Diablo 4 being released, that is not something that has tickled my fancy yet, so don't think I'm going to be riding that wave. And I know a lot of streamers and a lot of content creators are out there creating stuff for Diablo 4 right now, so I'm perfectly content keeping up with my MechWarrior 5, and it's been a blast. So we're just going to keep running this until we find something else that really kind of takes over. And at some point in time, as we build up the community, maybe we'll throw out a community day and we'll start doing something like Minecraft or Raft, like a really true co-op game that is popular these days. And maybe we'll do something like that. Who knows? Who knows? So with that, we're gonna just do a quick one tonight. I mostly just wanted to kind of return and ease into things from my little vacation for the last couple of weeks, and kind of just just ease into it. So we're going to do a quick one tonight. We're not going to do a long one. Probably only going to get one drop in. Who knows? Maybe one or two. Let's see what we got for our contracts. So we've got, let's see, House Davion against Independence, and then we've got House Karita against House Davion. Now, I'm definitely not doing this Flash Strike, but it is really tempting because it's an assassination mission. So maybe what I'll do is I'm going to do this one against the Independence. I'll take the hit. It's going to drop us out of the +2. We're going to drop down to +1. Reduce visibility snowstorm. It's glacier though, which means our laser high heat is going to be pretty good. Frost winter. That's not too bad. Nighttime. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this one out. I believe lose just a little bit less points, so we'll figure out how the math works out. So let's go ahead and let's confirm this one. All right, so we've got 10 negotiation points, tons of flexibility here. We're going to go ahead and max this out. We're going to go ahead and take 2 pips and 1 pip on the payout. We're doing really good money-wise, but I want to just get ourselves covered. And let's go ahead and confirm.
It'll compromise your visibility.
We're right on time for the deployed tonnage. We do have that snowstorm. Visibility is reduced. Let's see. Let's take a look at our pilots. Now, other quick thing there. I did want to involve the community. So what I'm going to be doing is at some point in time, I'm going to figure out a way to mod the pilots. Now, my understanding is that by default core game, there isn't the ability to change the name of the pilots, but I'm still looking into that. But it looks like you can mod or do something to adjust that. So I'm going to start looking at doing some sort of change. The pilots' names, maybe see if I can figure out a way to replace pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do for those options. It's probably not going to be this week. It's going to be something I take a look at for maybe next week. And then as we start to get this all figured out, we're going to go ahead and keep that rocking and rolling. Now, one of the other things that's going to pop up is that once we do make that, I'm going to figure out a way, and this is going to be a throwback to Mal. I know he had like a sign-up sheet through like Google Sheets, something along those lines. I'm going to figure out some sort of way to get that incorporated where I can do like a request system where people can request to take over for a pilot. As you can see, I'm mostly developing these core 3, so not going to be a ton of folks, obviously just about 3 of them, and we'll see, who can pop in. I think it's probably going to end up just being, per request, and maybe only 1 or 2 of y'all. Who knows? We're going to see how this all works out, though. All right, with that, we're at 100%. We're ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this drop going. And let's see how things go. Tres, dos, uno. Mission brief. Let's see what they got. Oh, right in.
Command reports a local checkpoint has incoming hostiles on approach and inadequate forces to deal with incoming armor and mechs. Make contact with the on-site CO and prepare for incoming hostiles.
All right, Major Campbell, let's do it. So clearly we got to get in position. I have a feeling, little battle map. They're
Looks like we made it here just in time, Commander.
probably going to be coming from that northeast.
So we'll have to save the meet and greets for another time. Just make sure to keep us and our property safe, and we'll settle up after all said and done.
Hostile forces just crossed the perimeter, Commander. They're heading your way.
Locus.
Battle mech. Group target acknowledged. Enemy units just crossed the outer perimeter and are headed our way. Check that fire. Amazing, Commander.
Oops.
You must have really kicked
Ooh.
off the beehive here, Commander. More hostiles inbound.
I did not mean to do a lot of damage there, and I apologize.
Target acquired. New target, spider.
I can't target that.
Oh, they're storming around.
Target
S-
acquired.
Here we go.
They got a chem tank.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target Panther.
We've got your target, Commander. Good kill, Commander. That mech is going critical. Target is down.
Target destroyed.
Itchy trigger finger, huh? Bit nervous? Well, get a grip and get after the enemy. They're the ones shooting at you.
Bad news, Commander. More hostiles inbound on your position. Get ready for some company.
We're getting hammered here. You need to take these guys down.
Target destroyed. New target Enforcer.
Focus target received, Commander. Target destroyed. Engaging with Lance. Enemy mech destroyed.
Target acquired.
Engaging Tango.
Target destroyed.
Ooh, making it look good. Climb this. I can.
Target acquired.
They just toasted our fuel reserves.
Target destroyed.
Congratulations, Commander.
All right, where do we gotta go?
Owe all their lives to you.
Oh, easy enough. I'll take it. I will take it. Let's see, what do we got? We got a cicada, we got another enforcer, and a locust. To be honest, I don't really want any of these, but I'm gonna take the enforcer for the selling, and all of this is kind of really need any of this stuff, but I'll just replenish what I have because got points to burn. Guess I could take all of it. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's see. Damage taken was only 70,000. I took 1 million out. No big deal. Level up, Lieutenant Freeman. Look at that. Increases the avoidance of fire. Dope. Really love that. I'm glad he's starting to get his pips up because he's still lagging down a little bit. And he just got up to 29, where some of these guys are maxed out on their abilities here. So good to see. Everyone took minimal damage. Really like that. Let's do this. Let's jump in here. Let's go ahead and repair, 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 and repair. The Enforcer. Let's see if we can go on the mech market. Sell Enforcer. So this is not our fully repaired one. So I'll sell it for the mill. Got a hunchback available. C20. Yeah, we don't really need that variant though. That's okay. We're good there. So let's go ahead and hit the timeline. Let's go ahead and wait the 5 days. Perfect. All right, so let's go back into our contracts. Now, what I'm really trying for is to get another Centurion. So fighting against House Davion, while I'm not gonna, oh, doesn't really do us anything because we're not gonna be able to get enough points for being -5. So let's take a look. Yeah, I have 1 point of negotiation, and my salvage shares is only 6. So that's not going to cut it. So let's take a look at our star map. Let's see, what do we got? Zoom out just a smidge. What do we have over here? That's a multiple mission. I don't really want to do that. Got over here. A demolition contract, and then a. Yeah, let's go do this one real quick. And then flea. Seen a flea yet? Got a couple options on the hunchbacks. Javelins, General Locusts, Panthers. Peter Wolf. Some unknown mechs. Wolverine. Remember fighting one of those. Or the Vindicator. So there's some options here. So, yeah, let's see. We've got, let's go ahead and travel. I probably shouldn't have waited on the timeline. Whatever. Get here, let's take a look. Mech markets, just some locusts. The equipment. Anything good? Really just looking for those, like, 2-pip type weapons. Nothing really. Oop, okay, everything's repaired. Let's go and take a look at these contracts. So we've got our House Davion against House Karita, and House Davion against the Independents. I think I'm going to go with the Demolition one to start, and so we'll see how this goes. Whoo, 11 points. Let's go. We're going to take the 2 pips for 1,000,000 on the damage coverage, and then the rest of the 3 pips will just max out our C-bills what we have remaining. So check this out. Base pay is 116. Total potential payout 1.5. Mostly from the damage coverage because... Oh, maybe not. Perfect. I'll take 1.5. Heyo. Yeah, let's do it.
Heads up, Commander. Where the
So,
conditions in the
let's see.
visibility.
Taking a look at what everyone has. So lasers and the EC-20. So Lamar on the Hunchback, we're going to build up that ballistics. We've got Lieutenant Freeman in the Javelin, and the main focus here is that he has the highest rating on lasers. So we're just kind of focusing there. For Captain Ring, all lasers again, maxed out, and then the Hunchback really it's just working on the ballistic skills here. So as we get the next tonnage up and we can move up and get a slightly bigger mech than the Javelin, I'm really hoping that we can get like up to that like 185, 195, 200 mark, so that way we can switch out the Javelin, get another either another Hunchback in, a Phoenix Hawk, something along these lines. Maybe if we get lucky and we find a Centurion, and then get another Centurion into the mix. That way we can start getting the mix of all three of the weapon types with missiles, using primarily some short range to get that big punch up front, and then also our lasers and our ballistic with the AC-10s, AC-20s, those kinds of things get popped out and really start rounding out our skill set because we're kind of only focusing on what we have left. So, for instance, with the Freeman, we're only really working on damage avoidance, heat management, and defense because all we're really using is lasers. So he's not getting a chance to use any missiles or any ballistic to raise those up as well. But we'll get those up in due time. Won't take too long, and then Captain Ring looking solid with the abilities here. So we're going to get these up there as we go through. Won't be too bad. So we're ready. Let's go ahead and get this last mission in. We're going to go ahead and call it for the night. So Tres Dos Uno, and we'll get our battle intro.
Attention. Prepare for battle act departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
We've been tasked with the destruction of an industrial center marked at nav point Alpha. Be sure to watch your fire around any pipes or tanks, as the contents have the potential of being explosive.
So, as always, when we're doing these missions and we have the ability to kind of pick our own path here, we're going to avoid going direct, and we're going to kind of take the long way around. And primarily because we're going to try and see if we can scoop up some bonus loot. And potentially, we might also catch some additional backups or, kind of the random tank or mech in the distance and see if we can essentially, kind of thin out the herd, if you will, before we actually have to do big combat. Usually, if we haven't seen anything by now, we might not actually have anything here. Usually there's something in the corner. Doesn't look like it. Okay. We're going to start veering. The other thing that I've made the mistake on is that theirs is a giant scar, so it brings you really high up. And then you fall. And you break your legs. Break your legs, good. This kind of gives us an alternate way of getting around and a different vantage point to attack the target. And I am always for trying to kind of...
Target acquired.
There we go.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
They got the jump on me. That's fine, because I'm going to just kind of circle back. Keep an eye on the flank there. What I'm really scoping out is any ancillary buildings that might be a source of some bonus loot. Actually, this is looking really good, because if I'm reading this minimap right, there should be just an open pathway right into their base. Which means...
Advancing Max. Hold and state your intentions.
New target Shadowhawk.
There it is. I'll leave the rest of the demolition job up to you, Commander.
Oof.
New target
Forming on the commander. Enemy mech destroyed.
Ooh, take that focus fire.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Lead units receiving heavy fire.
Tango down.
target
Right, all right. Get our heat under control.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
We're making progress, but still have a long way to go. Keep at it, everyone.
Oh, snap, right behind us.
Spider.
Shared target identified. Enemy mech destroyed.
Target acquired. New target.
Burn that target down.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Target is down.
Heyo.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Got another one.
Destroyed.
Integrity of this place is down to 50%. We're halfway there.
Sensor sweep
Oh,
detected.
and we are.
Coordinating on target ID.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Enemy mech eliminated. I got it.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Where?
They just destroyed our emergency generator. Sensor sweep detected.
Target destroyed.
Oh, they are really.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Shared target identified.
All right, I'm gonna let them take care of that.
Target destroyed.
This area is on its last legs, Commander. Just one final push, and then we can all go home.
Research generator destroyed.
Moving as instructed.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Holding a designated position. Target destroyed. Focus target updated.
I don't know why why am I going so slow? Oh wait, I'm hitting the wall. I'm hitting the wall.
New target.
Target received. Engaging. Easy, Commander. Nice kill. That's even going critical.
You did it, Commander. This whole place has been flattened. Now, let's get out of here before more trouble arrives. Head to the evac zone.
Where's the evac? Oh, little stutter, little stutter.
Tango destroyed.
Target acquired.
Wilco, focusing fire.
Oh, knocked out my AC-10. All right, let's bail. Got one more mech to deal with.
New target Phoenix Hawk.
Just gonna go ahead and venture this way. I'll let him skirmish the squad.
Target acquired.
Ooh, that was a
Target destroyed. Incoming missile.
form on me.
Moving to your 6, Commander.
Come into the kill zone.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Tango eliminated.
Yes, sir. Form on me. No extras for these bonus kills, so let's bail. We took enough damage.
Fly for pickup, Commander. Welcome home.
Welcome home. All right. Boom, boom. Let's take a look. Ooh, Spider, Jenner, Phoenix Hawk, Panther, Javelin, Locust, and Locust. So, not exactly what we were looking for. But we'll go ahead and pick up some of these additional items, mostly because we don't have any large laser 1 pips. 12 of those, 16 of those. Jump jets, we got a plenty. Small laser 2 pip. Yeah. Let's take the SRM2 1 pip. Um, Machine gun ammo, sure. Heat sink. And what do we got? We got 8 points left, so we can actually take one of the locusts. And you know what? We're just going to take this 1E. It's worth it. All right, so we blew through that. So +6, -8. So the math works out that if we end up doing a mission for the flip-flop, where we do a mission for House Davion, and then we want to do one for House Garita against House Davion, we end up with a net -2. So I just got to keep that in mind, that we build up a little bit of equity, if you will. So we'll get that going there. Let's see. We took a fair amount of damage, 300,000, a lot more than the last mission. So nothing too crazy though. Um, yeah, so not too bad. Ooh, look at that. Skill up. That's what we like to see. I got to use more missiles so I can get that up a little higher. But we're looking really good there. So doing all right. Let's see, who was the big winner? The Hunchback lost an arm, so that makes sense. I lost an AC-10, so not too bad. But overall, not too bad at all. So, with that, let's go ahead and... Ooh, look at that payout, 1.7. Yeah. Now, the battle mechs, let's take a look. So, we've got 40, not too bad. 26. And it's just going to be 28. Yeah. Um... Yeah, what we can do is this. Let's just go and do the repairs. And yeah, we lost a 1 pip. And feud. All right. Now, taking a look at our contracts. So we can take the House Davion against the Independents. We've already we're right on the border there of losing our +2 friendly. So I'm gonna maybe take a look at our star map here. Maybe we'll go somewhere else. You know, maybe we'll look at some of the other options. So we got like New Aberdeen, which is not too far away. That's also against the Independents. Downside, ooh, wait a second there. 3 different Centurion variants. That is not bad. I may have to rethink this. 3 unknowns. Okay. Okay, so that's an option. Let's take a look at what we got over here. We do have the multiple mission option, not only here, but also up in Juan. So maybe what we'll do is we'll fly up here. So on our next one, we can do the multiple mission drop. And that's going to take 20 days, which if we head back to our timeline, more than enough time. Ooh, we're going to be just shy of the Hunchback being fixed. So maybe what we'll do is we'll fly over there. We'll call that a next drop. And then, you know, if we tickles our fancy, maybe we'll do the Warzone contract because at that point we'll be well into the hero +5, and we won't have to worry about dropping down if we take this House Green mission. Give us a chance to get a little redemption. Not too much though. Not too much. So yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. Yeah, let's go and do that. Travel. Go. All right, let's take a look at the mech market. Nothing available. Okay, that's totally fine. Do have our locust to sell. Here's our locust. Yeah, this one we're gonna sell. 369,000, not really worth a ton, but we don't care. Just want to sell it, make a little extra money. Take a look at the equipment. AC-10 1-pip, we are definitely snatching that up. Go and buy that. Get both. AC-10 burst fire. I own 2, so probably good there. Oh wow, look at this SRM 15 streak. Do I have anything that takes an SRM 15? I don't think so. Worth a million. You know what? I'm gonna hold off. LRM 20 streak 1-pip. You know what? They go crazy. Shopping spree. EBC 1-pips. Those are not easy to find. Alright, bunch of ammo, jump jets. Yeah, looking good. Alright, folks. With that, we're gonna prep for this multi-mission. So we're gonna have 2 assassination missions back to back. And keep in mind, no repairs. So we're going to end up having to make sure we have our backup mechs in order to make sure that we can swap out. So as an example, we'll have the HK, the hatchback 4P to replace the 4G. For the Phoenix socket at 45, we've got the Blackjacks. So we can swap out a Blackjack there, get a little bit better performance. And looks like, yeah, we got this one all upgraded. So we'll do that. And then what we'll do is for the Javelin at the 30, we've got a bunch of options. Let's see. Oh, it's just going to be the Spider, but that's totally fine. Spider's going to be very, very suitable. Let me actually just take a look at this mech. It's just, maybe we'll just take a little quick little peeksy here. And well, just in case, I'm going to toss these off. I'm going to throw the 1-pips on there. Start that work. Moving the 0-pips to the 1-pip. Just got a little bit better performance. What else do we want to have worked on? This is all upgraded. This is not, so this will be the one that we go in with. If the Centurion ends up having a problem, let's take this guy and take a look. Well, let's jump over here. AC-10. It is heavier. No. Yeah, tonnage 12. So I can take this out, throw this in. Let's jump over the lasers. I've got a small laser 2-pip, so we'll dump that in there. Large laser 1-pip. It's about as good as I got, so that's fine. Wouldn't start this work. And this is mostly just so I can do a 1-for-1 replacement and get that going. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this up here. I'm going to drag this up here. And then for the Hunchback, this up here. So these are going to be our direct replacements. So in the... This is updated. This is getting worked on. This is getting worked on. Let's take a look at the big laser boat. All right. So this is where I can really take advantage of all these extra 1-pip lasers. So 1-pip, 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 not tubes. And the reason we do that is if we take a look at the, which is it, the RPMs, the rates per minute jumps up. We get a faster rate of fire. And then if we look at the heat, 2.7 versus 2.25. So we're going to be much better on the heat management side of things, upgrading to 1 pip lasers. And then, ooh, look at all these lasers. And a small laser. So yeah, I got plenty of those, so we'll just go ahead and do this. All right, so we're literally updating. No, let's back this here. Let's bring this back and bring this over. So all 1 pips. Small. No. Okay. Now, I don't love that I'm doing all these repairs and changes on the fly, but this just makes sure that I have the ability to get everything done, be ready to go. Then let's go ahead and do this. So we've started that work. Anyone have, let's see, 1 pip, 1 pip. Yep, I'm not really seeing anything. Oh, you know what we can do? Load out real quick. I think I saw I finally had a, yeah. Take that out, that in. Start that work. Ooh, let's see. That's just a heavy laser, SRM Streak 4. Crab. I mean, another alternative. I could take the crab instead of the Centurion. The Hunchback 4P. I'm still working at getting this basically fixed up. I fixed the legs, but I still have to fix each one of the arms, the center torso. There's a lot of infrastructure stuff, and you can see it's a 1.5 million pair, so that is not the cheapest of things. Let's see, LRM 1 pip. So we have some options to strip some things if we need to, and what I will probably end up doing is evaluating the 3 Shadowhawks and getting rid of some of these. But we'll go ahead and kind of take care of that on the next one. Take a look at this timeline. It's going to take some time. So we might wait till day 12 to get the main set of things fixed. And then the retrofit for the Hunchback 4P, 51 days. So I don't really know that that's worth it, but I mean, I'm just jumping around. It's not going to be the primary thing. So no big deal there. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to jump into the timeline, 1 day for the 4P, then 11 days for all the backups. We go into the battle mechs, we'll see that the only one that's left is this Hunchback. We're doing a lot of work to get it updated, so not too worried. We'll have other options for 50-ton mechs, like the Crab that we can take in to kind of alternate. Also switch out, maybe not the Dragon, but we have some options here. So we've got some stuff that we can end up doing between these, and maybe what we'll do is we'll take the Hunchback, replace it with the Blackjack. That'll free up a couple of tons for the what is this, a 40 ton to a 50, and maybe we'll take the Enforcer. Who knows? We'll end up figuring that all out in the next run. So with that, folks, Aussie Jim, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you in chat. Hopefully you didn't miss me too much in my little hiatus while I went on vacation. We're going to be back streaming tomorrow evening, probably about your, what is this, afternoon, evening time for you. It's really late for me. Yeah, I did see the 2 pips. The problem is that I only have 2 of them, so I don't want to just go ahead and use, and mostly because I'm going to be running that multi-mission. I know if something is probably going to get blown up, and if I use 2 of them and I don't have a replacement, then I'm stuck having to downgrade, and I want to try and use up some of my lower equipment first. And one of the things I'll be doing probably offline before I start stream is going through and looking at what I have owned. I got some of these things, like I don't need 14 LRM 10s. just never going to use that many. So I'll go through and sell some of this excess stuff, get it down to a more reasonable number, especially for things like 14 SRAM 2s when I have 8 1 pips and 3 2 pips. So I know that I can replace those no problem. They're a lot easier to come by. But I only have like one SRAM 4 2 pip. So if I'm going to use it, I know that I'm going to end up kind of abusing it. So some of these things, though, I'm gonna go through. Like, I really don't need 13 jump jets. I don't really have any mechs that use jump jets per se, so get rid of some of that. Some of the like the LRM ammos, the single heat sinks, still a couple of those. The SRM ammo. I just don't go through a lot of those things, so it's just kind of sitting in my inventory, if you will, and I can probably turn around and buy something like this, the small laser short burst 4 pip that I picked up, and the small pulse laser. And like, I don't want to use this because I only have one, but I might do something with the small pulse laser. Maybe see if I can get a little extra damage output, since the damage is pretty decent compared to, say, just a regular. It's an extra 30%. So, it's not too bad, but, it'll definitely come in handy. So, yeah, we'll pick this up in the next one. So just it's just the locust. Yeah, that's the one I just sold, so no big deal there. So with that, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and start shutting things down for the night. I want to just do a quick shout out and say thank you for everyone who is viewing. Your time is valuable, valuable currency in the world. So when you spend time with me, you can't spend it with anyone else. And sure, you can watch other streams, you can lurk, and I do appreciate you spending time with me. The community is just starting. I'm not imagining that MechWarrior 5 is a super popular game like Diablo 4. So with that, I kind of expect and know that things are going to go a little slow, and that's totally okay. Because we're going to build the community up, we're going to start strong, and we're just going to keep growing and growing and growing, and we're going to have a great time doing this. So with that, I'll go ahead and push us to stream ending. Again, I 110% appreciate all the time you spend with me. Every time you chat, you engage with me, it means so much to me. It tells me that someone out there is appreciating my time playing games and, enjoying me as a content creator. So I just want to say 110% thank you to you guys and make sure that you guys know that you're appreciated. So with that, thank you so much again for waiting the couple of weeks while I was on hiatus. I'm going to try and get onto a regular schedule of streaming on Wednesday and Thursday again, and then possibly on Fridays. Just scheduling stuff has been a little bit crazy, so hopefully things calm down now as we're getting into summer. Summer's going to be a little bit crazy and hectic for me as the days get longer, which means that I'm going to have to get out there and do some fun stuff outside. And, who knows? But we'll keep things going. Other things that I'm getting in the works, the crazy market with GPUs and kind of the quasi not great launch of some of the new NVIDIA products, and the announcement that there should be some, or expected announcement of some new Radeon video cards. Uh, Market is getting a little shaky with prices coming in and dropping and getting raised and running out of inventory. So at some point in time, I'm going to do my desktop teardown, where I take my old desktop computer, literally rip the guts out, and start building up the new computer, getting that up and running. So at some point in time, I'm going to try and do a weekend stream for that. I don't know when that's going to happen exactly, so we'll see. It's going to be a little bit up in the air until everything's ready to go, but I will keep everyone informed. I'm going to try and get back on my regular Twitter postings as well. So we'll kind of keep everyone engaged on what's going on with my schedule, what's going on with, what days I'm going to be streaming, what we're going to be streaming. Definitely keeping up on the new desktop build. So expect to see some stuff coming out through Twitter. Today, I just kind of figured it would be more of a stealth mode type thing. I didn't really post anything, didn't make any announcements, didn't do anything really to let folks know that I was back, mostly just because I wanted to ease into things again. After being gone for 2 weeks, you just kind of lose track of stuff. So, wanted to make sure that I didn't have everyone coming back in, and didn't feel prepared, and I wanted to just ease into things, which I definitely did. And I'm feeling really grateful and glad that I did ease into things. So I'm definitely ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream, I'm hoping that I can get on a little bit earlier, stretch this out so we're just shy of an hour today. Hoping I can get a little bit closer to an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours tomorrow. And of course, I'm going to get on top of task to make sure that I can get some time this weekend to get the VODs from today and tomorrow uploaded into my YouTube. So if you were catching this after the fact, thank you so much for checking me out on YouTube. And if you're watching me live, you can always catch these VODs available on my YouTube channel, and the links are on the social links. So feel free to check my YouTube channel out and see some of my past endeavors in MechWarrior 5. Now, one of the things that I will also mention is that as we get through summer, if there's some new game that comes out, we might just poke a hole in it and see what comes out of it, and hopefully, who knows. What I may also do is maybe play a little MechWarrior Online. So we may just do a little bit of a foray into some other games. One of the other things that I wanted to check out, similar vein of MechWarrior 5, but a slightly different style of game, is BattleTech. So my understanding is that has a little bit of a kind of the storyline campaign, and then I saw that there were some mods that you can do, so I might be, seeing if that's something that we want to take a look at and maybe venture into to kind of alternate from the first person perspective to more of a top down commander style RTS. So maybe that's going to be something that we take a look at. Who knows? I want to just keep my options open and flexible. And one of the other things that's going to pop up is that there's going to be some upcoming games. I'm still waiting for announcements from Ubisoft on what's going on with their Heartland, the Division Heartland. So that's going to be a game I'm going to be really interested in playing a lot of. Division 2 also just starting their uh, Year 5 Season 1. I believe next week, Tuesday, is going to be when that kicks off. So there may be an opportunity for me to really start actively playing a lot of that. And if I can, I'd love to be able to stream that for y'all. So feel free to reach out for my Twitter on my Twitter posts once I start getting those out on what's going on with my schedule for next week. Feel free to comment, reply, whatever it's called with Twitter. If you're on YouTube, feel free to comment there. Let me know how things look. Let me know how things are going. If you want to have me try out a different game, I'm more than willing to explore a game if it's something that's kind of in line with what I would be playing normally. And then definitely we're gonna, as we start to kind of pick up the community, with MechWarrior 5, the multiplayer is a little shaky. I've already done a couple of rounds of that. And I'm not sure that this is going to be a really suitable game for multiplayer to open it up to the community. But definitely down the road, as we get into more online multiplayer type games, I again want to really engage with the community, and we'll end up having some sort of community night out there where we can get some game time in. So with that, folks, I'm done chatting your ear off. We already hit the hour mark. So with that, folks, have a great night. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Please feel free to tune in. Until then, folks, catch you.